Clipper Nation, the time is finally here. 4 long months, and it leads into a whole new game in Orlando, Florida. The Clippers and the Orlando Magic in the first scrimmage of the reopen of the NBA with some new faces like Joakim Noah joining the fold and making his Clipper debut, so to speak, on the floor over in Orlando. Not to mention Paul George, who's had a stellar season for your LA Clippers in his first season in the red, white, and blue. And we will see the entire Clipper organization back in action, trying to claim that first franchise NBA championship, and it starts with the first scrimmage against the Orlando Magic, which in a weird set here, the Clippers are the home team. Starters on both sides. For the Clippers, it's going to be Reggie Jackson, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Marcus Morris, and Joakim Noah. For the Orlando Magic, DJ Augustin, Evan Fournier, James Ennis, Aaron Gordon, and Nikola Vucevic. Clippers coming out in their home whites, white tops, white bottoms with the red number, blue lettering across the chest and the back on the higher part of the back, with the blue trimming down the right side of the shorts and the red down the left side of the shorts. For the Magic, it's their road, almost gray, charcoal gray / black with the pinstripe and the very thin white lining with the dark tops and bottoms, white lettering and numbering on the stomach and back. Our officials today, Zach Zarba, James Williams, and Jason Goebel. It'll be Noah and Vucevic to jump it up. Noah tips it back, and Reggie Jackson claims it. The Clippers have it to begin the restart of the NBA season, moving from right to left. Here's Jackson on the right wing. Had a couple of games under his belt with the Clippers, and really part of that successful stretch as he gets it to Leonard, drives baseline with a right-handed dribble, lobs it back out for Jackson, who nearly goes out of bounds, but recovers in the corner. Step back, left corner, 3 ball is wide off the right. We're heading towards the 8-game regular season restart, as Gordon's first free throw is up and good. Gordon this year averaging 14.4 points per game. Missed a handful of games early in the season with a couple of injuries, but did have his first career triple-double against Minnesota just before the shutdown. Makes a pair. Magic up 2-0, 30 seconds in. Jackson grabs the ball in the back. Rebound pinballs around it to the hands of DJ Augustin. He'll bring it left to right across the timeline for the Magic. Picked up by Jackson. Gets past the initial defender. Hook pass goes inside, and the flip shot is good, plus a foul for Nikola Vucevic from Eastern pop culture, I might add. Zach Zarba, favorite show, The Wire. I mean, I'd have to concur. Favorite movie, The Godfather. Excellent choice for Williams, Shawshank Redemption, and for Goebel, The Godfather as well, as Vucevic missed the free throw, and the Clippers will come back down 4-0 with 8.5 to go in the first quarter. George pump fake on the right wing, drives down the right alley, bounce pass inside, and give Joe with great position in the restricted area, and PG-13 found him on a beautiful dish inside. Welcome to the family, Joakim Noah, 13th season. Every single day, to be back in the best shape he was possibly able to do. He would have never forgiven himself if the Clippers had called to give him a chance. They did just that. Sign back in, but Leonard claims the board. Right to left, Kawhi Leonard. Cross-court feed for Morris on the left wing. Surveying his options as Marcus Morris, having a career year himself, averaging 17.4.
By DJ Augustin. 7:20 to go in the first quarter from Orlando. Tied at 4 as Fournier drives and is mauled. He was met kind of in a little bit of a convoy around him by no...
Just for the first one. The second 2 will be normal 12-minute quarters as Fournier knocks down the first free throw on the season, shooting enter the game. Fournier hits the second, good on a pair to make it 6-4. Orlando in front with 7:15 to go in the first quarter. Clippers swinging it around. Kawhi Leonard, who's averaging a career high in assists per game this year as well, at 5 per game, gets it to Paul George in the mid-range, who feels good and looks good. Goes into the hands of Marcus Morris, who will push the pace right to left himself with a right-handed dribble. Crosses over to his left, down the left alley, gets to the bucket, puts it up just a tad short over the outstretched arm of Nikola Vucevic. But a foul called and a timeout on the floor as the Clippers and the Magic tied at 6 with 6:41 to go in the first quarter. Solid start for the Clippers and Joakim Noah, who had his first bucket early in this first quarter on an and one. He was never a great free throw shooter through the majority of his 13-year career, but did miss the first, and Marcus Morris will head to the line with the score tied at 6 apiece with 6:42 to go in the first quarter, and rattles the first one home, shooting 82.3%. Now in his 9th season, turned 30 years old, 14th overall pick in 2011, and Morris came over in that deal with the Knicks at the trade deadline. Mo Harkless making his way to New York with the first round, and the ball is stripped out of the hands in the short corner on the far side. Vucevic had it. Morris takes it away like a kid taking candy away from a baby, and Leonard comes back the other way off of a great ball reverse shooting, but has really settled in nicely here in the first quarter. 11-6, Clippers up by 5 as we are midway through this 10-minute first quarter. Vucevic puts it up and in with a right-handed floater to make it 11-8. Clippers by 3. Under 5 minutes to go first quarter. Off a screen, George. Catch and shoot, left wing 3. No, it was long, but the offensive rebound to JaMychal Green. And he's a good barometer. When he has 9+ rebounds this year, the Clippers are 11-1. Here's George driving left into the paint. He tripped up on his own foot back outside. Jack all alone. It's Vucevic on the left block. Outlet goes to Gordon, left to right. Here comes the Orlando Magic. Short corner on the near side. Gordon finds the cutter, Ennis, who flails. We're still up by 1. 4:20 to go first quarter. Here's JaMychal Green. Clippers at 44-20 this year. They were 35-29 through 64 games last. Been down low, but missed the easy layup on the left block. Rebound Ennis. Up ahead, Augustine. Stops on a dime and finds the roll man. It was Vucevic who was open on the right block and puts it in with the right hand off the glass. 4:05 to go here in the first quarter. Clippers down 12-11 on the Clippers Broadcast Network. Left wing rims in and out. It was halfway down and pops out into the hands of Aaron Gordon, who also has braided his hair, and during the shutdown actually released a diss track on Dwayne into the air, collected by Paul George. Advances with the pass into the front court across the timeline. Here's Leonard with a chest pass. Now George, top of the key, loses the dribble momentarily, regains control, steps it back. What a filthy move, and Paul George knocks it down. PG-13 ties it up at 14, and that's exactly what he has been talking about. Alone for a right wing 3, that's long, and the rebound tapped a couple of times. Leonard into the hands of George. He'll bring it right to left. Black Lives Matter is written across the far side of the court as the NBA has done their part as best as they can thus far, and most players have said it's just a start. It's really only the groundwork to the eventual stuff that's going to make a difference in this overall climate, as George got fouled on the far side. Short Montrezl Harrell, who are all missing this game with an excused absence, as George hits the second. 16-4. Finds the trailer. Williams is a blur to the basket down the right alley. He lays it in with the right hand off the glass. The underground goat is on the board for the first time in Orlando to give the Clippers a 4-point lead. 18-14 with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Terrence Ross wastes no time. Check. He missed it wide to the right. Rebound scooped off the ground by Aaron Gordon. Here's Gordon, who drives and kicks once again. Back to Gordon on the left wing. Got it back from Vucevic. Spins down the left alley. Gets to the rim and lays it with a finger. One, make it 19-18 now as a Magic lead after the Gordon bucket. Williams on the drive. Counted and a foul. Lou Williams just finding the open space. The C's new look Lou is just as effective. In and out dribble. Got to the rim. Michael Carter Williams was a little too late on his rotation, and Lou will have a chance for 3. 20 on the Clippers this year at 66 for the season. Clippers are 3rd in the league in offensive rating, 5th in defensive rating, currently lead 21-19 with 1:15 to go in the first quarter. Iwundu has checked in and drives to the left, kick it out, left corner 3-ball. Ross off the back iron, no good. Rebound tapped around and finally claimed on an offensive rebound by Birch. Reset for Iwundu, he'll drive left, gets to the basket as Williams was there, but is picked up by Iwundu. Crosses over, fires from straight away, missed it short, and the rebound at the free throw line into the hands of Gary Clark, the former Houston Rocket, who has checked in. Up ahead, Michael Carter Williams gets into the paint, puts it up and in with the left hand off the glass as he battled with Patrick Patterson underneath the basket. 25 seconds, about 4 seconds separate shot clock and game clock as we wind down this first quarter of the first scrimmage of the restart of the NBA season. Williams will drain some clock now with George with 7 points, Morris with 4, Noah with 2, Leonard with 3, and Lou Williams on. Gary Clark will inbound on the far sideline, get it in for Terrence Ross, 35 feet from the basket, crosses over, 30-footer at the buzzer on the way, and he got fouled with .3 on the clock. Terrence Mann came out to greet him way outside, and it's Terrence on Terrence crime as Ross will be the beneficiary and get 3 free throws. Veteran, now 29 years of age, said that he had his wife. It's a play from Orlando on the Clippers Broadcast Network. Gaming chair upon arrival within the campus in Orlando. Keep in mind, most of these players live about 10, 15, 20 minutes away from where they're currently. On July 10th, had his wife, Nicoletta, drop it off. That's right, he's married to Nicoletta. All 3 free get the way. 26-21, Clippers down by 5. Here's Magruder handling the basketball. A reminder, no Beverly, no Montrezl Harrell, no Landry Shamet, no Ivica Zubac today due to excused absences, and a little sulky out of Minnesota. But it's going to be an offensive foul on a fend-off off of both Ross, and the eventual call will go against Gary Clark as Coffey swiped with his off-right hand for 3. 28-21, Clippers in front, or excuse me, behind, down by 7, 1 minute into the second quarter as Carter Williams converted 24 for this Orlando team. He's been a plug-and-play type of guy. Here's Williams down the right alley, kick it out, right corner 3, Magruder sticks it. Got fouled right at the basket by Lou Williams. So Magruder with his first bucket of the restart during this first preseason scrimmage. Before the shutdown, they had won 8 of their last 12, including 3 in a row against Minnesota, Houston, and Memphis. That triple-double from Aaron Gordon. They were really starting to find that rhythm as Carter Williams extends the lead back to 6, 30-24, about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Williams controls top of the key. One thing about Lou Williams that has been different, and a little bit different today, is he's handling the ball once again. Ever since the acquisition of Reggie Jackson, he's been off the ball in his natural. 30-27, Green already a career high in threes made this year as Terrence Ross with a quick trigger back the other way, misses it, offensive rebound, and Lou Williams could not stick the jumper in the near side corner. Carter Williams gets the outlet pass from Clark, surveys the floor at the left elbow, he'll pull up the jumper, and Clippers will inbound underneath their own basket, down by 7. Limited minutes for Kawhi Leonard and Paul George today. That's what we expect. But when the Clippers have had both of them in the lineup this year, 24-8 on the season. That's a 66-win pace as Williams lines up the straightaway 3-ball. Long rebound into the hands of Green, 6'7" to force the miss. Rebound, JaMychal Green, outlet to the near side, and Lou Williams. 4 minutes gone by, second quarter. Clippers down by 4. Here's Patterson on the left wing, 30 feet from the basket. Handed off from Magruder, who already has a 3 here in the second quarter. Drive and kick back for Lou Williams, 35 feet away with 5 on the shot clock. He'll rise for a right wing 3 and knocks it down. Lou Williams so smooth from the underground goat as he brings it within 1, 34-33 with 5:35 to go in the first half. And a timeout called by Steve Clifford as a one-do got it into the front court. So the Clippers within 1, back and forth. Already with 8 points in 8 minutes off the bench, 3 of 8 from the floor, and showing off the range early in Orlando as the Clippers are clawing their way back. 3rd, 6th man of the year of his career last year, back-to-back ties. Another adjustment made during the break as Fournier checks back in and immediately misses a far side short corner jumper. Here come the Clippers in transition from right to left. Williams in the short corner on the near side. He draws it down. Slippery offensively as he has a chance for 3. Ties it up at 34 apiece with 5:20 to go here in the first half. As the Clippers are starting to find their rhythm once again. Clark and Birch. As Williams already in double figures, the first player to reach that mark so far. Outlet to the far side, Williams. Williams across the timeline. Bounce pass, a pocket pass for Noah. Take it out. Coffey, open corner, 3-ball on the far side, and he sticks it. Amir Coffey on the board once. It's my bad. I know better than that. As the Clippers currently lead by 4 on a little bit of a spurt here. 9-0 run over the last 2 minutes and change. So Augustine heads to the free throw line where he's 88.5%. Can hang their hat on as Reggie Jackson comes back in for Amir Coffey. All 5 starters in for the Clippers. Leonard, Morris, Noah, George, and Jackson. And game 38-36, 4.5 to go in the second quarter. Jackson scoops it up right about midcourt and walks it across the timeline. Whistle away from the basketball. Keep in mind the NBA, 0 positive tests in the bubble. One of the best news that we could have heard after the first couple of weeks. Leonard inbounds on the far sideline with a bounce pass for Reggie Jackson, who circles around the perimeter. Right-handed floater is up and good from 8 feet away. Reggie Jackson finds the bottom of the net. 40-36. Jackson Clippers down by, or excuse me, up by 4. As these two teams have flip-flopped a couple of times so far with 4 minutes to go in the first half. As Vucevic pick and pop straight away 3-ball. Doxic now in his 9th season, averaging 19.5 points and 11 rebounds per game. Another stellar campaign for the Magic. Leonard open on the right wing. He'll try the 3 and responds. The Claw has found the range early in Orlando. 43-39 with 3:40 to go in the first half. A contested that may have gotten a piece as he comes up with air. Jackson there for the rebound. Up ahead, Noah in the short court. Finds the cutter. It's Reggie Jackson. Michael Green will come back in. Green in his first 10 minutes of action, 2 points, 3 rebounds on 1 of 2 shooting from the floor. Jackson gets it in with an overhead pass, lobs it for Green, top of the key, handed off for Leonard. Kawhi Leonard with 6 points and 2 boards thus far. Swing it around, left corner 3-ball. George got it to go again. PG-13 in double figures with 10, and the Clippers up by 8, 48-40, with 90 seconds to go in the first half. Orlando left to right across the timeline. Augustine pulls back his dribble around the perimeter to Fournier on the left wing. Bounce pass short corner far side. Vucevic backing down against JaMychal Green. Got the size advantage. Can he use it to his advantage? Back outside. It's like a little Jackie Moon two-man game. And Vucevic with a turnaround fadeaway jumper on the far side short corner. Knocks it through. 48-42. Clippers by 6. Here's Morris on the right wing. Pump fake and jab step against James Ennis. Back outside for Jackson. Those are the two more recent additions at that trade deadline for the Clippers. Jackson and Morris. Both of them have met a great deal. How about a fancy dribbling from Reggie? A couple seconds, maybe 4 or so, separate shot clock and game clock. 20 seconds to play in the first half as Augustine just dribbles back and forth between his right and left hand at the NBA logo at midcourt. 8 seconds to shoot now for Orlando, down by 8. Crosses over on Jackson, lost the basketball off of the leg of Jackson, picked up on the right wing. Ennis will try a 3-ball off the right side of the rim. Rebound by George with 3 seconds left. George pulls it up, 30-footer at the buzzer. He got it to go. George leads the way with 13 points, leads all scores. Williams with 11 off the bench, and the Clippers lead by 11, 53-42 as we head into half. LA in front. Philly, his daughter earlier this year, put together a whole package for homeless people and resources and whatnot. And earlier in the week, in a couple of weeks, over the last month or so, he's donated $25,000 for bonds of those who were arrested during protests in Atlanta. We start the second, 44, 30 seconds in. Leonard controls straight away the bounce pass just inside the arc for PG-13. Moral of the story is Lou Williams, great guy both as a player and as a person, as Leonard drive and kick finds 2. Just about a minute into the second half, and Jackson with 9 points on 4 of 6 shooting. Vucevic hands it off for Ennis on the right wing. Bounce pass on a pocket pass right back to Vucevic, who puts it up with the left hand. Rolls around the rim and in. So Vucevic, 2 more points to make it 56-46. Clippers by 10. 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Noah, top of the key, handed off for George. George was the star of that first half. Down the middle of the lane. Bounce pass. Howdy from Joakim Noah to put it up all in one motion, but the foul is going to be called before the shot, and George has been really tremendous thus far, passing the ball very well. He found Kawhi Leonard on the great to Joakim Noah, his newest teammate. Gordon will inbound near sideline, 18 on the shot clock. Vucevic swinging around the right wing, drive and kick from Fournier to Ennis. Down inside the paint with a right-handed dribble. Ennis with a jump stop off the top of the backboard, and ricochets into the hands of Reggie Jackson. 7:50 to go, third quarter. Clippers by 10, 58-48 as George holds it on his left hip, swings it around into his right side, crosses over. He lost the initial defender of Gordon, puts it up on the right hand and puts it in. Paul George stuck on it, got 15 points on 5 of 11 shooting. Vucevic, nobody picked up the ball as he took it from Listed short. Uncontested rebound, volleyball tapped from Vucevic to Ennis, and now Orlando eat business from right to left. 7:14 to go, third quarter. Augustine with a drive and kick. Ball fake from Fournier. He hooks a pass to the cutter, Ennis. Extra feed to the right block, Vucevic. Back outside of the right wing, it is Gordon. Vucevic relocates and guarding pretty well here in this third quarter. Now he's up to 18 points, 8 boards for the game. 8 of 11 shooting, 2 of 4 from deep. 60-53 lead for the Clippers with 6:45 to go in the third quarter. Leonard holds it at the NBA logo at midcourt. Over the head pass left to right across the tailor-like ball movement. Back outside, corner, 3 from the near side with a timeout on the floor. 6:24 to go in the third quarter from Orlando on the Clippers Broadcast Network. Ennis. So a fresh 14 now for the Orlando Magic as they will reset the offense with 5:28 to play in the third quarter. Bounce pass and a back down Vucevic. Outside, right wing 3. It's Gordon with 2 on the shot clock, and he drains it. Aaron Gordon was just spotting up, and that's a game and an area in his game that's improved. We know how athletic he is, how high he can really get with that bounce, but that 3-point shot has looked good, and has picked it up since 36.6% from downtown thus far. Both coaches have talked about actually telling each other what they'd like to work on during these scrimmages. As Gordon gets free, circles around that key and gets down to the right block before he laying it in. 68-58, Clippers still up by 10, 3:26 to go in the third signal, and Carter Williams promptly airballs a 3 from the far side corner. Here come the Clippers, left to right Williams, bouncing off bodies. Clippers up by 13 with 2.5 to go in the third quarter. And 1-2 controls on the left wing. That by Williams, looking to lob it for Gordon. Harden can't get it to him. Now he does in the short corner. Patterson holding his ground. Williams making a one-do as he climbs the imaginary ladder and puts it in with two hands. 71-60. Clippers by consultation presented by the official attorney of the Clippers, Sweet James. Injured honor off the court. Sweet James has got you. Call 1-800-500-5200 or sweetjames.com. Lou Williams, 5 of 10 from the floor in 12 minutes, 13 points, and the underground GOAT continues to get the job done. As mentioned, has donated $25,000 for bonds of those who were arrested protesting in Atlanta. Said that protesting himself wasn't his corner on the far side, trying to take advantage of the 2-for-1. Up ahead, Bamba's all alone, and he slams it down with two hands. Back in Harlem, New York, where Bamba's from, as Williams lets it roll all the way into the front court, scoops it up, goes down the middle of the lane, floats it up and in. The underground GOAT going mainstream once again in our 5-68. Clippers by 7. Couple seconds separating shot clock and game clock, about 6 with 22 seconds to play in this third quarter. Carter Williams drives, fends off the defense by Patterson. Good defense by Patterson, but the follow-up tip-in goes down for Gary Clark. Williams walking it across from left to right, across the timeline. 10 seconds to play here in the third quarter with the Clippers up 75-70. Williams with 6 seconds left gets a screen to his left from Green. Bounce pass, pocket pass for Green. Kick it out. Coffee. It was tipped. Coffee, can he get it up in time? Magruder is going to be a little late from the corner. Deep. So another good sign from Rodney Magruder as the scavenger has made a couple of... Second free throw from Frazier, up and good, 95-87. Clippers in front. Under 2 minutes to go. First scrimmage for the Clippers, first of 3. They've got the Wizards and the Kings next. It all leads into that July 30th matchup with the Lakers, the 4th time those two will meet this regular season, as Terrence Mann drives down the right side of the lane and draws the foul before the shot, but he will get 2 free throws as the Clippers are still in the bonus.
Number 25.
This year, when Patrick Beverley has started, the Clippers are 37-11. So, first and foremost, I think it should go without saying, but it's worth saying just to reiterate the point as Mann hits the first free throw. For both Patrick Beverley and Montrezl Harrell, we wish that their loved ones, their family, their friends are all in good health, in good standing, and we wish them well. That's more important than anything else at the moment. And hopefully, once everything is settled on that front, they can return to play, and the Clippers can be back at full strength sooner rather than later. 97-87 after Mann converts on a pair, and Big Law comes right back, cuts down the baseline area, just kind of roaming on the baseline, and receives a floating pass to lay it in, make it 97-89 with 90 seconds to go from Orlando. Terrence Mann brings it left to right into the front court on the far side. Wing gets a screen to his right from Patterson. Drive and kick back to Mann now straight away. 10 on the shot clock. Clippers up by 8 in the final stages of this scrimmage. Patterson drives, 5 on the shot clock. Big jumper goes down, turns it around at the free throw line, and just knocks it through. Patrick Patterson drove with a right-handed dribble, spun back to his left, and an impressive showing of offensive display from Patterson. 99-89 with a minute to go. Clippers up by 10, making their way to a victory in the first step of winning the weight. Burt on the left wing, drives down the middle of the lane into the body of Terrence Mann, and it's going to be a foul against Mann, a blocking foul, as Mann thought he got in position to take the charge, but instead it's going to be Burks who will get 2 free throws. Taking charges is something this Clipper team has been used to this year, especially Montrezl Harrell, who's missing this game due to an excused absence, but Harrell leads the league with 30 charges taken this year. That is pretty impressive for somebody who plays that big man position, but is definitely brought out throughout the entirety of a game as the Clippers get ready for that 8-game slate. Burks misses the second free throw to keep it at 99-90, splitting a pair. Left to right, Coffee will control and cross the timeline. 50 seconds remaining from Orlando. Coffee loses control, but it's scooped up by Mann, doubled in the far side corner, and Coffee picked it up and traveled as the defense started to make its way toward the two-way player for this Clippers roster. He has definitely had his bright spots today, but still making a couple of those rookie mistakes, and that is exactly what Kawhi Leonard was trying to show him during that break in the third quarter. 35 seconds left. Here comes Frazier down the middle of the lane, making it a 1-2 actually with the right hand. Missed it short, rebounded by Terrence Mann. He'll bring it left to right in the front court. Gets it back to the trailer Green. Around the horn it goes to Coffey. Back to Green with a quick pass. 25 seconds left. Backdoor cut. Mann, kick it out. Coffey on the right wing. Thought about a three. Instead he'll reset the offense. 8 on the shot clock. Here's JaMychal Green at the free throw line. Shovel a pass back out for Coffey. Step back left wing three. That's a tough shot. And he missed it just a tad long. Rebound goes to Vic Law. Shot clock turned off. Final 5 seconds. And Orlando will dribble out the clock. The Clippers, after 4 long months, have been preaching winning the wait. And so far, the first step is completed. 99-90. A win in scrimmage number 1 for your LA Clippers as Paul George and Lou Williams power the way with 40 combined points. And the Clippers look very solid overall en route to a 9-point victory. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Joakim Noah, Marcus Morris, Reggie Jackson.